Welcome to Mountain Man's Garage, where we're broken. So is the car. I couldn't get the old window to roll up. In the last couple of videos, I had duct taped the window up here at the top to hold it, to keep from blowing water in my car when I was pressure washing it. I've taken this all apart trying to figure out, you know, what's wrong, and I did. It was off the track. But I thought, well, I'll go ahead and take it all out and go ahead and squirt some grease along these lines and just, you know, inspect it, kind of clean these tracks out, because over the years that old grease, it starts to just gum up and basically turn into hardened junk and mess up your rollers and your tracks. So what I did was I took all these out. Now you got to take these bolts out right here, and these right here is the track that goes up and down through here. These bolts right here, these right here, and these right here, they control this, you know, this thing right here, basically. And as you can tell, you know, you got a bolt down here in the bottom. I think it's, yeah, it's right here. And these two bolts right here. And anyway, you pull this thing out, and that allows you to get the window out of there. I'll show you this window. Here's the lifter. I guess, I don't know what you city folks call this thing. I think it's a window regulator. That's what it is. Anyway, what it does is it goes in these two little things right here, like that, and then it rolls it up. Well, these things here had come out of these two little tracks. So what I'm doing is, I'm trying to clean up these tracks and get all this old corroded, see all that corroded grease, that's hard as a rock. Down in there, I mean, I'm probably gonna have to chisel it out or something, because it is, but that's why it wasn't rolling up. As you can see, my duct tape is kind of still on there. I'm gonna have to get something to get that off, but anyhow, it was a pain to get this off. My door cards are pretty well shot. I mean, pretty junky, but I'm gonna try to maybe make them look a little better, get them back on there. And I also cleaned this, because this was not shutting. I mean, you could slam it as hard as you wanted to, and it still wouldn't shut. So what happened is, this right here had gotten stuck and rusted over the years, so I got it all cleaned up. So now it locks. And I am amazed at these things still working. I don't know how long they've been on there. Very weird. I've been working on this thing now for a couple of months or 3, I guess now. I've been working on this dang thing. And it's coming along, but it sure is taking a heck of a lot of money. Way more money than I ever thought. And that's what most projects like these do, is they suck your wallet dry, and then they just want more. After your wallet's dry, it's like, come on, just a little bit more. Just go make some more money so you can throw it at me. Change the oil filter, and man, that oil, I mean, here's some of it right here. Like, I mean, that wasn't in it, obviously, but yeah, it's black as coal. Black as coal. I mean, it's still got a little bit of lubricity to it, viscosity, and other important things. Maybe I can use this thing right here, clean out them tracks. Huh, is that broke? That's plastic. Wow. That is plastic. No wonder this thing is, now this is 1975. I guess this is when they started the plastic Chinese rampage of building stuff with plastics. You know, now half your car is plastic. I mean, look, this has lasted 40 years, but if it was metal, it would have probably lasted 100. Maybe I can take me some super glue and just put that on there and just squirt me some super glue and just, you know, maybe that'll hold that. because we need that to hold. Because if that don't hold, the whole thing's going to come off the track every time you roll it up, and it's just going to be a pain in the butt. And we're trying to minimize the butt pain. That looks better. A little blob of poop out of there. Alright, so that's clean. Whenever I went online on YouTube to figure out how to do this, there was this old feller's channel on there. I think his channel is Greasy Paws. And he's got a video on taking this apart and fixing all this stuff. So you ought to go over there and check out his videos too. He's got a couple of videos on working on these old Z cars. That is a lot better. Yeah, I think I can put me a little bit of super glue down in that little, right there on that, and that'll hold it. Well, that's junk. Alright, let's see if we can use this Harbor Freight super glue on this thing. Just go ahead and lather it on there real nice. Alright, let's see if we can clean these things up. That's pretty. Put a little multi-purpose oil. Let's see if we, oh, look at there. It's amazing what a little bit of lube can accomplish. Yeah, that's a lot better. What we're gonna do is, before we put this back on, we're gonna put some grease down in it. What's this? Wow. Look at that junk in there. That needs to come out of there. Because if it don't, it's going to bind up our rollers. Alright, hopefully when I get this back in there, let's put a little hole on that right there. You know, it seems to work. Alright, so we got that all pretty much cleaned out of there. We need to place a little grease in there. Alright, looks like it moves pretty clean, pretty easily. Alright, so now is the complex arrangement of putting this back in the door. But since we know exactly what we're doing, it's going to be a piece of cake. Famous last words. You know, I think I'm gonna go ahead and blow this door out because it's just nasty. I want you to look at this. Somebody in their infinite wisdom used some baling wire to put that back on there. You know, I don't remember doing this, but whoever did this is like an example for us all to live by. I think we might just pretend we didn't even see that. No, we better fix it. All right. So we got this all put back together. When you take one of these off, you got to take these two screws out of here, these two screws out of here. This screw, I don't know what, I've got to find a different screw for that because it just sucks. I can't get nothing to go in there. I mean, you can see there's a little hole in there for something to go in, and it mounts to this. So it's just crazy to me that the dang bolt won't go back in there. But anyway, I need to tighten that up too. But anyway, there's two bolts up here. This one here broke off, and I tried to fix it. I tried to get it out of there, and I finally got it out, but then it's screwed. It's totally messed up. So I'm gonna have to deal with just having this one, and just, you know, hopefully it'll work. These two and these two over here. So this here, it works on a thing like this, and it does this. As you can see, when I go down, it spreads out. When I go back up, it pushes it up like that. Well, when you push this one down, it raises the front of the window up. When you push it up, it lowers the front of the window. So if your window is cockeyed like that, you want to pull these down, and that'll raise it back up like that straight. If your window's cockeyed like that, then you want to raise it back up to let this down, and it'll straighten it back up. So we got it pretty straight. Now this thing here is 40 years old, so it's kind of got a lot of play in it. So I can't get it to where it'll close just perfectly. But if you get up there at the top and you do that, it closes. So that's just gonna have to be good enough, because I ain't got $400 to buy one of these. We got it all back together. Now, for some reason, when I pulled that off, this clip went flying over in yonder direction. And so I'm gonna have to get me another clip. Also, these door cards, as you can see, they're kind of junky, but they got these little plastic things in there, and that helps hold the door card on. Well, some of them's missing. So before I put that back on, I'm gonna get me some new ones. That way the door is on there good. I couldn't get my headlights to work the other day, and it was ridiculous. But I sprayed this right here and down in there with some WD-40, and as you can see now, it works. It clicks, the lights come on. Now they're on. I'd also like to thank that guy again, that Greasy Paws channel, for putting that video on about tearing this off. It helped me quite a bit. When I was a kid, you go to the store and got you some wiper blade refills for $5 for a whole set. You know, now they want 10 or $20 or sometimes $30 for a dang wiper blade. It's ridiculous, because you got to buy the whole assembly. Communism. That looks really good. I had to get a new one of these. I could not get the other one to work. Like, it was ridiculous. So got me a new one. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Is putting all these things on there.